start.
Okay. So this is my little app for pre-flighting the Robinson R22. So as you can see, it's at the home screen right now. So if I tap this and then I select, I could say OK Glass and show checklist. Okay, I could do that. OK Glass, show checklist. And then it'll bring up the Robinson R22 checklist right now. So if you could have other checklists as well. If I jump into the Robinson, you see I have pre-flight procedures and then I have VFR checklists over here. So we're going to jump into pre-flighting the helicopter. So the first thing it says here, the cowl door section. When we jump into it, it'll ask us to check the master switch, and oil pressure and alternator lights, and then warning lights, test switches. So I'm going to quickly jump into that. Before we fly the helicopter, we have to do a walk around. So over here, I'm going to select my Glassware app here and then show checklist. I'll bring up the Robinson R22 pre-flight. VFR we're going to do inside, but pre-flighting are the procedures that we do before flying it. So I'll go select the pre-flight procedures. The first thing it says, the cowl door section. The first task in the cowl door section is to turn on the master switch. So during our training, we're shown where they are. So, but in the later version of my app, it's going to show the little picture of where the master switch is. So we turn it on. So when that step's complete, I tap it, I move on to the next one. It says oil pressure and alternator lights on. Make sure they're on. So all the lights are on. Gonna move on to test the warning light switches, and they're in here. So I have to open the cowl door, basically. It's the cowl door. And we test the switches. So the master temperature, master rotor temperature, master rotor chip light is on, tail rotor chip light, and the low fuel warning. So there's about 128 steps before we even get into the cockpit. So usually I don't have to hold this. I just put it away. Both my hands are free to do whatever I need. After doing the pre-flight, we move into the helicopter and do the VFR checklist. So I'm going to jump over to my VFR checklist and then select it. Over here, the first section is before starting the engine. So I'm going to select before starting the engine. And then it says seat belts, make sure you're fastened. So I'm going to put this down now. Put on my seat belts. And then go, the next step says cyclic collective friction off. So turn it off. And move on to the next one. It says cyclic collective pedals and throttle full travel free. So normally I would do the checks, but because we're indoors, because it's like 20 degrees outside, we're not going to do this step here. So the next step is collective full down friction on. So full down friction on. And the next step is pedals neutral. And I believe the next one is check fuel shut off. So there's a fuel shut off over here. Make sure it's on. Okay. So again, I will always know what is going to be next. And all the steps that I've done already. So if I need to restart this section, I just tap and open the menu. It says reset section. And then I'll go right back to the front if I have.